Hi there. Today, about main obstacle to enlightenment, or what stops you from getting enlightened. Or are you enlightened already, but you just don't know it, or you know it, but you don't know how to access it? All these different possibilities when it comes to enlightenment. Let's start with existence. We exist. Existence is felt as presence. We are present. There is this presence all the time. And then this presence, this existence, is tied to a certain form. In our case, a physical form of a human body that we call I or me. And it is this identification with this physical body, so-called I or me, that is the main obstacle to enlightenment, that stops you from getting enlightened. It's just this. It's nothing else. And what connects this presence, this existence, to this particular form, to this particular body? It's the thoughts. Connection is the thoughts, the surface thoughts that circle, travel through time and space all the time, and convey this narrative of this I or me or this physical body non-stop, 24/7. This is the connection. What we need to do to remove this obstacle to enlightenment and to get enlightened is to cut off this connection, to stop this identification with the physical body, to free this presence that's always been free. It's never been tied, but it's our thoughts that's tied, that imprison it in a physical form. This presence is free. We need to let it be free. Let it be in its natural state, as it is, all absorbing, without center, without limits, without color or shape or taste or anything. With the eyes closed, it's at first perceived just as blackness, but the more time we spend with it, the more we perceive it as illuminated from inside, bright, pulsating, like charged. And it just feels so right, balanced, peace, at last, ease of existence. This presence that is not tied, that is not imprisoned, that is free and limitless. This is what is presence without identification with the physical body, presence without imprisoning it in a physical body. That's all we need to do to become enlightened and remove this obstacle to enlightenment. It's here all the time, all the time. In any moment in between the two thoughts, there is this presence. Like just this. It's here. You don't need to go searching anywhere for it. It's here. It doesn't matter what you call it. There are many different spiritual traditions through the history of mankind that use these different mental concepts, words as props just to help people understand. But what happens after we get caught inside these words, these mental concepts, and we become skilled with using these different props, and then we juggle them around, and this spirituality becomes another narrative, and then we just think we're just already enlightened. It's nothing like it. Even if you don't use any mental forms at all, even if you just intuitively understand or have an inkling of what is the process that needs to take place to become enlightened, it's enough. And then you just put it into practice. You practice. As I always say, practice is a must. You practice disengagement from the thoughts. It is not difficult. It just takes time and patience and perseverance. And then the more time you spend with this presence that is freed, that is not tied to a physical body, the more and more this identification will fade away, and one day it will drop off completely. So enlightenment is always here within each of us. It's never anywhere else. It's not any spectacular process. It's just a process of freeing the presence, freeing the existence, allowing it to be what is. The thoughts are imprisoning it, and our engagement with the thoughts, identification with the thoughts, is the cause for this imprisonment. So we just get away from them. We disregard them. We don't pay any attention to them. We say, who cares? I don't. We practice. You see, the presence is always here. And once we start tuning into it more and more often, spend more and more time with it, that our enlightenment will deepen. We will become enlightened to a much higher degree. We will go much deeper and deeper into the mind, or whatever we want to call it. Let's not get caught up in mental concepts. This is what is. Presence without limits. Existence that is not imprisoned, that has no boundaries. And it's just here. And each one of us is just here. Take care.